I love you guys. Thank you so much for sending a slice of the Space Coast to me once a week over here in San Antonio, Texas.
A bird sings in a foggy field, the wind blows from the
So,
sea.
are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there?
It's after 10 and the little ponds reflecting the trees.
And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid.
I'll think about your pretty smile and what it could mean.
Or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone.
A lot of times I look at you and I feel green.
I don't call no girls in the middle
Like
of the night.
now.
You got the wrong number.
Declan, you like the Foo Fighters? No.
Sir Frank in the house. We're cracking into it.
Yeah, give us a send off whenever you're ready, man.
What episode are we talking about?
171.
All right, this is not Scott. This is Sir Thaddeus and Colleen and special guest Sir Franco. Frank,
Howdy.
Alligator Rob. Yes.
Happy to be
No
here, guys.
Frankie Panky over there, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my god. That was funny though.
It was fun.
I've been saving that one for a while.
I can't believe this is the first time we're pulling it out.
After we were
I
talking
thought about it earlier.
After we were talking about Bumble a second ago, it was appropriate.
Yeah.
Frank just showed me his Bumble, you guys.
Frankie Panky.
Frank's looking for a good girl.
I am.
So,
We can deliver.
have you tried Craigslist?
That wasn't funny.
There's some. Dude, we can make a misconnection for you. Just see if somebody randomly.
Responds back.
No thanks.
You
I'm
help
good.
me pull this alligator.
I've already
in.
said too much.
You helped me wrangle this alligator. You jumped on my back and saved me.
Dear God, no.
You jump on your back this time.
That is not what I'm looking for. Not at all what I'm looking for.
I feel like you don't know Frank at all.
Not at all what I'm looking for.
Frank, I understand.
Yeah.
These guys don't get it.
I'm looking for somebody I can treat nice and treat well and enjoys it. That's all I'm looking for.
And somebody that treats you nice. Come on.
Well, that would be a nice part of it too, yeah.
That's all he's looking for.
Oh my God, Dad.
Hey, so we got some stuff
I
to
feel
crack,
like I'm
right?
going to open the fridge and it's like,
Indeed, we do, sir.
it's Ghostbusters back there. That was that fucking thing in the fridge when they open it. Like, you know. There is no Dana, only Zool.
Oh, yeah.
Say that.
Honestly, I feel like the fact that I'm looking at this thing on the wall while Thad's doing that is not helping
Right,
at all.
say it right now. Come on.
It's pretty good.
No, there is no Dana, only Zool.
It is me, Vigo.
Yikes.
So
I'm sorry about that.
we got Sir Frank in the house, and we got a couple bullet points to hit with you. First off was the trip, right? You took a trip.
Indeed, yeah. Well, heck, since I've seen you guys, I've been all over the place. I think I've been to Chicago a couple of times since I saw you all last. I went up there for the Canal Shores event, which is hosted by the Murray family, by Bill Murray's brothers, and did a golfing event with them. It's for first responders. It's the First In Foundation, so they do that event for first responders, military, and people from around the world. Try to give them something to get their minds off all the things they've been through. You know, these guys that involved in school shootings and building collapses and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, that's always a blast. That's my 4th year doing that, and yeah, one of the many things I look forward to in Chicago, hosted by Joel Murray and Betsy Shepard.
Cool.
And then I went up there for Block Club Chicago's 5th year anniversary. It's a nonprofit organization that does media throughout Chicago, but a lot on the west and south sides. They're reporters kind of out in the field and doing things, and they cover the news stories that a lot of the mainstream media doesn't want to cover, you know, because they actually have people that are from those neighborhoods that want to talk about these things. And that was a blast because their organization got started with the Chance the Snapper story. It was a year after they started, and one of their reporters was down at the lagoon shooting pictures of a birthday party, it was a 16-year-old girl's birthday or something, and the alligator was in the background of those pictures.
Oh wow!
That's how he got first seen. So that was pretty awesome. They went from having 3 or 4 employees to now they have 30 paid reporters, and they're a huge organization
Dang.
now. And it all got started from that one little alligator in Chicago. like I told you guys before, that story has blessed so many people over and over again. It's been pretty amazing, but
Really neat.
pretty special stuff. But yeah, just got back from Belize week before last. Went down there and did some crocodile work, and it was an absolute blast. Talking about something that's very humbling. It's nice to feel good enough to go down there and do that stuff and enjoy that. And we brought one of our interns, Rebecca from EEARSS, down there with us. She's our only intern right now. She's fixing to start her biology degree over at UCF.
Frank over here with the intern.
Yeah.
I know when
It's
he
real.
said it, I was like, whoa.
Intern life. Well played, sir.
No, it's awesome. So this is the way I felt about this, and I've told Thad this. I'm like, listen, as being her mentor, she's fixing to start her biology degree at UCF in August. I'm like, look, I can teach you everything there is to know about working with wildlife, working with nature, data, all that kind of stuff. When it comes to being a woman in a field dominated by men and learning what that's all about and how that works and what it's like to be a woman in that field, I can't teach you that. No. So I'm like, let me take you down here to Belize with me. My friend Marissa runs the crocodile program for the country of Belize. Work with her, see what it's all about. See what it's like working with her, and ask her some things, talk to her about some things, because those are things as a man, I can't teach her that.
It's a super valuable tool that needs to be shared with multiple people.
Yeah.
So that knowledge doesn't get forgotten and gets passed along.
Yep.
And it's a win-win for everybody involved. I mean, how many hospitals? You have to intern, man. You have to, you really got to put in the work and the real life experience. It's not something you learn in the classroom all the time. And it's cool that you're in a position to be able to provide that for somebody and give them that assistance and give you that assistance, and it gives the whole cause a chance to elevate.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm trying to consistently re-humble myself and refocus myself, and I enjoy that. Mm-hmm. I don't want this any of this stuff to go to my head, because none of this is about me. This is about the environment and what a difference we can make with people and the things that are going on here locally, wildlife-wise, and It's just it's important for me to refocus and do that often. So I enjoy it.
Can I make an observation while you were sitting there delivering an excellent story to us and telling us what's going on with you? I was watching my dog bite at your crotchal area.
I didn't even notice.
And he kept doing it. And I was like, man, he's really going at like Frank must put something down there or something, because
dear Lord,
Butters won't stop. And then all of a sudden, you just, like, out of nothing, while you kept talking, you grabbed your hand and you just grabbed the ball and you just pitched it out. That's exactly what he wanted.
Honest to goodness, didn't
The
even know
ball
it was
right
happening.
here.
I had no idea that was happening.
You just did, and I was watching the whole. That's why you heard me sitting there smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
And you're probably looking at, why is he laughing at me? When
I
I'm
was
talking about
chuckling a little bit,
nothing?
wondering why you were laughing. Yes,
And it was all because when Dave Brinko was here last, Dave was just right here where Colleen is, and Dave, for an hour and a half, was just blindly throwing that ball like every
Dave's a good
15
dude.
seconds.
It's because it's normally my job when I'm here.
Yeah,
I throw the ball to
You're
keep the
ball
dog
thrower?
distracted. But I was listening to Frank and I wasn't paying attention to Butters this time. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I didn't. I had no
slacked
idea
off.
what was even going on. I had no idea what was even going on.
It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, well, I mean, so that's happening.
Frank, how's your heart doing all this? Like,
oh, it's great. It's so, we were down there in Belize, and we were, I'd always told Marissa, I'm like, I would love to go to some of the Mayan ruins and go look around at them. It's kind of been, I don't know that it's a bucket list thing, but something I always wanted to do, and I've never felt up to it. You know what I mean? I've never really felt like I felt good enough to go climb those things. And I ain't gonna lie, we went down there, and it kicked my butt walking up all those. The stairs are like this tall.
Yeah.
Each stair is like this tall. It's ridiculous. And as Frank holds his hand, 2.5 feet apart, since they can't see it. But, we're walking these things.
I have narrators that do that for us. They're interns.
And, and while that's while there's not a ton of stairs, maybe there's 80 of them at 2.5 feet tall.
well, what?
By the time you get
You're
to the
being
top,
serious?
yeah. By the time you get to the top, you were whooped.
Yeah.
I mean, like I had to go up to the top of this giant temple and sit my butt down and just go.
Why are they so tall?
So
I thought that they were small and a shit ton.
according to
Giants built them.
Yep, that's what I
that was
heard.
one of the rumors, but according to Marissa,
16
again, who
foot
lives
tall.
down there, She said that the temples were super steep and super tall because the people were trying to get closer to the gods, and they would walk them on their knees all the way up, and then walk them back down on their knees while they were thanking their gods for and talking to them.
That would make sense.
I think it was the descendants of the Andres. Andre the Giant.
Yep, that's a fact.
I think his ancestors built part of the Mayan villages.
Yeah.
They carried the rocks. Saw it on Smithsonian Channel.
Hilariousness. Well, beyond Belize, we have a lot of other things.
Frank is not amused, and I love every.
He hates the disinformation. This disinformation. I'm not going to do this podcast ever again. You're going to be liars.
That is
It's
not
so
what I'm
funny.
saying. Not what I'm saying.
I was like, I am not going to laugh, so this becomes very awkward for everybody involved, and it worked perfectly because
dear
that
Lord.
was pretty lame.
Well, really, it all comes down to two things. Are you an Android person or are you an iPhone person? And, iPhone people think things are funny that Android people don't. So
T, can you take control of the
I'm
show?
just trying to be gentle
but we're the
about it
Macs,
and
right?
understand and be, again, I'm trying to humble myself throughout the entire thing, but I'm just like, they're iPhone people, so
Droids.
they don't even know what's going on.
Like, Frank, I cannot believe you recorded all those
We are
videos
Macs and you're
in
droids.
Belize on your phone. And I was like,
was
how
a
did your
blast.
phone battery last so long? And he's like, I have an
Android.
Android. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, well,
Android.
there you go.
No, iPhone does have some cool. I don't understand iPhones, but that's a whole different
Same.
story.
We had a whole conversation
I
about
usually
last
don't like
time
when
we
I
were
don't
hanging
understand.
out.
They don't get you either.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fair. It's
Yeah.
fair.
Hey, if it makes y'all feel any better, me and T, like even though we are of a higher knowledge with our Apple,
It's probably true. Yeah.
T is who brought me into the Apple realm.
Yeah.
And he don't know
Not with
nothing.
just the phone, because I had the phone down, I had an iPad, but the actual Macs and
Oh,
the,
he loves that stuff.
the
Yeah.
software and the way the audio processing and everything. And
He jams out on it.
He showed me that way.
There is the first time somebody told me, "Can I airdrop you something?" And I'm like, "What the heck does that mean?"
My mom even did that. She's like, "Can you airdrop?" I'm like, "I don't know."
I'm like, "I don't know what that is."
Like, I know you can,
speaking a
you
different
did.
language.
Same.
He was airdropping stories to us 3 or 4 episodes ago. He was stepping up our technology over here.
Pretty sophisticated.
It even made like
Yeah.
a little ding. It made like a little sound
How'd it go?
so the listeners would know.
It's high tech. Yeah.
Ding.
Good Lord.
Just like that.
Okay. Anyhow, so,
Back on track.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to go back on track for a second.
Yeah, where are we at?
Ears does have a lot of cool
we
things
start
coming
over?
up. We can if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah. Ears does have a lot of cool things coming up. We have our EcoFest event, which is going to be January 19th in Cocoa Village, which is a
Nice.
Friday.
Oh,
We got
gosh,
that. That is
awesome.
booked. That is a done deal.
It's locked down. Yeah.
We're going to be having. We have the conference, the Civic Center for the day, and the amphitheater. So during the
Okay.
day, we're going to be having presentations inside from like 9 to 3, 9 to 4. We're working on exactly who that's going to be presenting throughout the day. We do know that the Infinite Mushroom is going to have games and things set up inside for us.
Fantastic.
Love them.
Yep, Rick's going to be setting stuff up in there.
Perfect.
We're also working on some other people with some other things going to be set up inside, some cool things to do and see.
Do you have,
Weather's gonna be
do you have a
nice.
Facebook event and everything set up for it?
It's all on the website.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's on.
And
we
it's
have
in
all 4 pages on
January.
January
It'll be
19th.
so nice outside.
Yep, Lord willing, it'll be nice outside, and we're working on outside in the amphitheater having music from 5 to 11. Again, this is a free
Yes.
event. Come out, enjoy it, soak it up, learn about the different nonprofits that are working in your local environment, doing things with wildlife in other areas. There'll be, Pat Fisher Nissan's going to come up there, and they're going to have some cars set outside. We're working on having some airboats from Panther Airboats over there.
Nice.
At the same time, we're gonna have some cool
Yeah.
things to see,
Yeah.
some cool things to do, great people, great causes. We'll have our
Great
we'll
Scott.
have silent auctions going on and things of that nature. It's gonna be an epic day. If you thought the one at Sandpoint was amazing, this one's gonna blow that one away by 10 times because the venue alone, and that's nothing against
know.
Sandpoint. Sandpoint's awesome. It's a great park. This, Cocoa Village is centrally located. It's gonna be
I
it's
love
gonna
it.
be a day and a half.
It's
man.
really
huge
cool.
for you,
Great.
Frank.
It's gonna
I'm
be a
so
great
proud
day.
of you.
Well, it's so much more than me that makes all this stuff happen. I have a board that is making it all come together with me, like Mr. Thaddeus back here.
Yes, that.
And
Yeah.
we have so many amazing people that are helping us. We have people
Fantastic.
behind the scenes right now that we haven't even put on the brochure about the event that are doing things and are going to be involved. And we got some pretty cool names to be dropping here over the next few weeks of groups. Cornerstone groups around the community. They're going to be part of this and giant parts of it. So we're super excited about that. Before COVID, I had an NDA signed and was working on a TV show.
Oh,
this was before COVID, and then COVID happened. That all went away. Just a heads up, that might be in the works again.
That'd be amazing.
That just might be in the works again. If I could talk about it,
Like a documentary type situation, following you around.
maybe.
Frank, that'd be so cool.
So we'll see if that
I'd
comes
watch
together.
that so much. Like I would binge the hell out of that.
We do viewing parties, right?
Of course we would.
Local,
Any
viewing
excuse
parties.
to hang out with you guys and be able to do that.
We got some cool research going on right now. So our biodiversity research, which you say that to people and they go, "What the heck is biodiversity research?" We're looking at properties and the different species that travel back and forth between them. We just got approved to start doing our biodiversity research on the Air Force Base.
This is cool.
On the 45th Space Wing. So we're going to be out there literally around the pads, looking at things, doing things, making it all come together, seeing what's out there, what's going on. We're already doing that at the Brevard County Environmentally Endangered Lands properties. We have so many things in the works research-wise. Not to mention we're going to be back in Belize again in October. So we'll be down there catching crocs again in October. But there's just so many. It's overwhelmingly blessing. Is just so many overwhelming blessings.
It's wild, man, because I feel like I'm kind of a busy person. But then when I start hearing about everything Frank's doing, and now T will give me some updates like, hey, we went and did this, and we did this meeting and that meeting. And it's like, man, you guys, you're hustling, man.
You have to.
You are putting in the legwork.
Another fundamental part of this, you know what I mean, as a nonprofit, I feel like it's vital to be including other nonprofits and other businesses in what we're doing. Not only is it, you have to be able to keep yourself funded. At the same time, if we're not all helping one another, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
That's what a network does.
Yeah, it's what it does.
That's the right network is lifting everybody up, not trying to rip anybody down, pull anybody apart, change anything. It's all supportive. You get the right people in front of you, and you're going to know it. You know, it's just as simple as that. T's been, hitting the pavement there with you, and and sharing in those experiences with you, and it's all learning experiences, and it's all it's showing you that if you put yourself out there, and if you care about something, and you care about a cause enough, you care about what's going on enough, good things can happen for you in your journey.
Philosophy too. A lot of it comes down to philosophy, especially when you're working with Thaddeus.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting a dose of philosophy all the time.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
I
okay.
appreciate that about Thad.
Yeah.
So there's people in your life, right, that like to make sure you're keeping the. It's something I've always tried to do. Keep the right people around me. Keep your circle tight, and make sure you got people that are
They're looking out for
feeding
your
you
best
good
interest.
things, and you're feeding them good things. You guys are helping each other, and everybody on our board is like that, including Thaddeus,
Thank you.
who makes sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people and the right energy. And the second you're getting off course, Thad'll be like, "Listen, Frank, you don't need people like that in your life. What are you doing?" And I'll be like, "Okay, all right." Whenever somebody like Thad says something like that to you, you got to go, "Okay, something's being said that I need to pay attention to."
Yeah.
Some people let things like that hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
If you
but
have a tight group and a tight group of friends, and they say something like that to you, you better pay attention.
You have to be able to, like my best friends are who have checked me the most, probably, right?
That's the way it's supposed to be.
They're the
Yep.
ones, you're out of line. It takes someone that cares to do that, and you have to have a circle of people that care.
and it's cool to throw. I threw a couple people at Frank. I'm like, people, coming in my door and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't know, and I throw them over at Frank. If they make it through the filter, they're cool.
We have had a few back and forths like that. That's very true. That's very true.
It's we all have in instances, and it's important to notice that because you can grow faster.
I
I feel
like
like
that.
it weeds out who
People
your
hold
real
you back.
friends too.
Yeah, people can hold each other back, and they don't even do it on purpose. Sometimes it's just maybe it's just something intuitively going on in a person's life, and a change needs to happen. Maybe, there's so many things for all of us. Sometimes we need mental breaks. We need this. We need that. And that's what that network's for, is to say, okay, you need that break. I'm going to give you that space. Or, hey, you need to push through this. This isn't something that, you know what I mean? And give you that proper direction.
No doubt about it.
And it's, man, I got to tell you, sometimes it's real hard to get that from family. Because family, you have these different types of defense mechanisms built into your back and
so
forth.
much history.
Yeah, to where when you get it from another person that you respect, it just really it transcends, man. It
You're
makes it
right
happen.
with the family thing, because I notice I get really defensive if somebody in my family tells me something, but if a friend tells me, like especially Lauren, like if Lauren says something, I'm like, okay, I got to take notice right now.
Like,
she's right.
How many times have you gone, like, your mother, right? Because this is my mother. She cares so much that she'll come at me, or she'll, and giving me really good advice, that if T or if you or Frank gave me that advice, I would sit here and take it and go, thank you, I appreciate that, and I'd listen, and however. But when if she does it, I'll get like a little defensive, or go, well, I got this, or I'll try to like stop the advice.
Our kids are going to do this to us.
Oh
no.
My daughter, she just turned 15 on Saturday, his 15th birthday. And every time I talk to her about anything, sometimes it's just to chop up some small talk. She's already trying to say, I already know. I know.
How do we do this?
Answering my stuff for me. I'm like, you don't even know what I'm going to say. But that's what I did. That's what we all do. With family for some reason. It's like
which is why, like Frank's saying, you got to have a good circle of friends.
It's very important, It's very important. We also just finished up our last library of the summer. We covered every library in Brevard County one at a time, and did educational programs for them there. It was kids' summer programs. That was a blast.
That's got to be a lot of fun getting the kids. Like, you got to get some real funny
so
questions.
Much fun. More than anything, it's interacting with the kids, and I honestly, it's the best group of kids we had the entire summer was MLK Library down there on University in Melbourne. That was the best group of kids we've had the entire summer. That was maybe last week. A lot of great kids. It's always one of those things where we put the line down the ground, so you got to stay behind the line.
Yeah.
Understand these are wild animals. They will bite you, so keep your hands down. Please don't get excited and jump around the room. Yeah. We don't want anybody having any bad wildlife experiences, but we bring gators and snapping turtles and all kinds of cool snakes, and it's a blast, man. The kids love it. It's things that are in their we bring things like diamondback terrapin, which are in their backyard, which by the time they're adults are very likely not going to be there anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's very important for them to see these things now. And education is always better when you start it young, and they kind of get an idea of...
You absorb it.
Yeah, and you don't want them to be afraid of these things. You want them to see them now and understand them, and hopefully build a little bit of a relationship with these critters and why they're important and why they need to be here, and know a little bit about them when they show up. It's I don't know. It's one of my favorite things is the educational side of it. I love working with wildlife, but when you start getting a little bit older and all your joints and stuff start hurting, and every interaction you hurt a little bit more, you start appreciating the education when it shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And believe me, I hurt plenty for all of us. Sometimes.
I mean, like a common day for Frank sometimes can say, hey, I'm going to put these two big old dudes in the back of my truck. It's me.
All the time. All the time.
All the time, yeah.
Mike and Nick's. And the water, it's going to come all the way up to your buttholes, in the bed of the truck,
I thought you were talking about big
but
old
I'm just going to drive right through it,
You guys got dunked?
So we met over at Fox Hollow, Fox Lake Park, one morning. And, we got our boots on, like we told us how to properly attire. So we're there, and we're ready to rock, we're ready to do some science. And we get in the back of his truck. Oh, yeah, we're just going to be driving around hitting each of these little spots. And when we're going to, analyze how much, wildlife are in these areas, with some of the, little setups that we got.
I always forget you've been out there and done this stuff with me.
Oh, yeah. And so we're riding, and all of a sudden you turn around and he goes, it's going to get a little deep right here, guys. You can't tell how deep, and there's holes that are just deep. And before you know it, like our feet are straight up in the air, and we're laying when you're heavy.
It's true.
You have to,
It's so
you have to land your back in like teeter on your butt, you know.
And I'm chuckling the entire time while I'm driving.
And you're going, and water's coming right to the bed of that truck like the whole time.
People don't understand
it
the
was a
areas.
blast.
People don't understand the areas we're working in and doing stuff in. Man, you're in it. Like yesterday? Today's Monday, right? Yesterday, we're working up in the Enchanted Forest right now, and man, we got there side by side, so stuck, and had to walk about 5 miles back out in the truck. You know, I just left
You
church.
had to. Oh my god! In the heat.
Yeah, I just left
When
church.
was this?
This was yesterday. I'm in a pair of dress pants and a dress shirt, and you know we're in waist deep water. I had to walk from there.
Raining so much.
Oh, it was
too?
crazy. I had I mean, it got so bad over that course of that couple of days that we had to walk from there. Thaddeus was with me one day when it happened to us too.
Same water hole.
Same water hole, yeah. But all the way in the middle of it instead of
It's
the
a
outside.
beast.
When me and Thad were there, we got stuck on the very outside of it. Like we barely even got our feet wet. We got stuck in the center of it yesterday and had to walk all the way back up front and then get my truck, drive all the way back there. And then the people that were with me,
You gave him a rope.
yeah, gave them a rope. You know, they had to walk. We had to put chains together, ropes together. They had to put probably 200 feet of rope together to get out to where it was at to pull it out.
man.
And then
It's a gator pit.
It's
Kinda.
Yeah, you don't know
A
what
little
you're gonna
bit.
step on.
A little
You don't know what
bit.
you're gonna step on. It's pretty hilarious, but it was waist deep. I have my brand new dress pants on. I'm like, well, those are screwed now.
Wait, why would you even wear dress pants out there?
I
to
just
begin
left
with?
church. You know what I mean? But no, it's one of
This
those
is
things.
Frank's
But
life.
wait a minute, who leaves
How
church
funny
and
is-
goes into the
That's
wilderness?
what I'm saying.
That's the best time to
Come
do it.
on.
No, it's what's funny, and I've joked with Thaddeus about this. Anytime I put a dress shirt, dress pants, or a tie on,
He's getting
it's
dirty.
It's time to go catch an alligator.
Yeah.
Or do something that you're gonna get disgusting.
That's
in.
hilarious.
How
That's
badass
funny.
does that look, though? Right? He's all dressed up and
Yeah.
nice. Like,
I remember
Yeah.
going out and getting gators on the refuge with the federal game warden, with Jane, who she used to work out there, with a suit, tie on, and everything, and having to wait out on Biolab Road, wait out chest deep and get these gators out in the middle of
Oh,
nowhere.
man.
And she would bust up laughing, like, who else in the world's going to come out to get a gator in a suit and a tie?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you got to go. You got to go. You
Right.
got to show up. You got to show up.
Frank, you were so awesome.
So,
He uses the tie on
You're
the
so
mouth.
cool, man. I love it.
well, Scott, you were asking about something a minute ago, too. I am now a crocodile response agent for the state of Florida.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
due to a crocodile situation that's been here in Brevard a little bit on and
So
off.
tell us a
Wait.
little bit about that. What
Yeah,
what
I
does that
thought-
entail?
I thought there's only alligators in Florida, not
So-
crocodiles.
There's been 3 historically in Brevard County.
3 crocodiles?
3 crocodiles.
total.
My
Crocodilians?
uncle caught one, American crocodile. My uncle caught one in 1993 at the sheriff's farm in Cocoa that was a 10.5-foot female. I caught one in 2009 at the Cocoa Beach Pier in the surf.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it was like a 5-footer. It was nothing giant. And then there was this one that showed up right before Christmas, maybe 2 weeks before Christmas, in the surf down there by Sebastian. And he decided one night to go for a walk and got stuck behind the one fence on like the 7700 block of South A1A. So, they sent me down there to catch him. Went down there and was in the middle of, like, man, why? This would be a cool one to have a transmitter on. So we called him, we stuck a transmitter on him, and we moved him. And he was incognito for 6 months. And then he showed up on Melbourne Beach PD's Facebook page at a boat ramp down there in Melbourne Beach. And I'm like, you poor guy. You've done so good, man, of being incognito. And it went viral. There's a crocodile down here with a transmitter on him and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Oh no.
dear Lord. So anyhow, I'm just kind of watching this and and everybody's like, look, there was one in the surf and now there's one with a transmitter. I'm like, you didn't want to tell them it's all the same crocodile. You just kind of leave it alone,
Yeah.
Not my place to get involved, so I leave it alone. And then maybe 3
You tell them it's the same one, and then you got a Facebook page that's dedicated to the destruction.
well,
of
no,
the
it's
I'm
person
so
with that
blown away. It's a
information.
crocodile. Aren't you like amazed? Like,
It's
wow,
it's wild.
it's a crocodile
neat.
here.
It's neat. So he had been marked from the Turkey
It's
Point nuclear
big.
power plant.
Like
He's
a
He's
9.
a 9-foot crocodile. So a few days after all that, he goes for a walk down Satellite Beach Boulevard and ends up in a culvert under a vet's office. So I go back down there again. I catch him again. And catching him, the transmitter comes off. So there's a picture of us on the Satellite Beach PD page carrying this crocodile back in the truck without a transmitter on it. So everybody's like, oh my God, there's a third one now. There's a third one. There was the one in the surf. There's this one with a transmitter on it. There's one without a transmitter on it. They're taking over Brevard County. They're everywhere. And you just don't want to. It's
Hype.
the nice way you tell people it's all the same crocodile. And now he's shown up back again in the area because we took him and relocated him nearby again. And now he's back in the canals down there again. But it's all the same crocodile. Everybody thinks there's 18 crocodiles, but it's all the same guy. So now you guys know the secret. Don't tell anybody. Shh.
Well,
That's it's just so
I'll cut
weird.
all
'cause
that out for you.
okay.
I feel like it'd be such a big deal. Like
No,
more
it's
of a big
really
deal
cool.
that the fact that it was a
It's the-
crocodile and
it's
not
the-
an alligator.
It's the
like,
furthest North American crocodile.
so
Historically, they were thought to go into the Carolinas. In recent time, it's the furthest north one ever recorded.
so why don't crocodiles live here like alligators do? Like they
It's
have
just,
different.
There's only 1,000 pairs of them in the entire state.
So, Colleen,
So the whole reason the American alligator is protected is because of its similarity to the American crocodile. People can't tell the difference. I mean, it's true.
Right. So like when you got the call, did they say an alligator and then you get there and be like, no, this is a crocodile? Like,
no, they sent me a picture of it, and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "That's a crocodile."
Okay.
Yeah, it's a crocodile. So the one in the surf in 2009,
That was
they
cool.
thought was an alligator. And I went there and I walk out into the surf. You know, as the waves are breaking, it's like little waves, and here comes this crocodile, this bright yellow crocodile, buzzing in the surf beside me, eating glass minnows, and I'm like, coolest freaking thing ever, coolest experience ever.
Snapping it up.
Because they told me he was out by the breakers. I took all my stuff apart. I walked back to the shore. I'm like, listen, guys, American crocodile, can't touch it, can't do nothing with it. And the guy goes, no, you're gonna go back out there and you're gonna catch it. And I said, he's like, it's a yellow alligator. You're wrong. So we had this whole back and forth. Ended up going out there catching the thing without hurting him. Took him in my truck. We looked him over. You know, they spent till like 1 o'clock in the morning till they decided, you know what? We should have never caught it in the first place. We should take it back down there and turn it loose. So we walked it back down there. I pulled the tape off of it and we turned it back loose.
wow.
So yeah, pretty neat stuff. Weird story 101.
I like it. Thank you.
Colleen, so here's what's happening. And Frank,
I
please,
can only wait. Okay,
please take over at any point. T, you too. You guys know a lot more about this than me. Down there in southern, Miami, there's iguanas down there.
Mm-hmm.
You got those big old lizards.
Yep.
There's like little families of these guys, and they keep crossing a little further north and going, I'm still alive. And they're just coming this way. And they're coming for us. Before you know it, we're going to have everything down like that's in the south. It's all going to be up here in Florida. Like we already got boas. We already got anacondas.
It's
We
a
got
weird-
we got one anaconda.
Yeah,
Anaconda.
There's been
Yeah.
more. There's been more than that one, Thaddeus.
Oh,
there's been.
damn.
So over the years, this is stuff that's been happening for.
It's going down.
many,
is what I'm
many
saying.
moons.
We're the jungle.
No,
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
I will
You're
agree.
gonna die.
I'm going to agree to disagree with you on that one, Scott. I think it's been stuff that's always been here,
Yeah.
here and there as people let them loose. It's nothing. I mean, we do have a lot of cool animals up here. We have tokay geckos. We have veld chameleons. We have Jackson's chameleons.
There are more
We
and
have
more.
agamas.
There are more and more.
There's breeding groups of tegus up here now.
The
And Brevard.
iguanas. The iguanas.
Yeah.
They're just coming. They're
already
They're
here, yeah.
renting properties further north, all the time.
Agamas. So the redheaded iguanas.
Yeah.
It's also a Mexican iguana. They've taken over Titusville. They're taking over. Also, the Cuban night owls. So you seen the little green lizards you guys have?
Yep.
Imagine those
He's
times.
our expert here.
Imagine those times 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right. Are you serious?
I've seen them in Port St. John and all over Titusville.
Wait, you're telling me you've seen huge lizards just running around Port St. John?
Yeah, there's Cuban night owls all
Oh,
over
yeah.
Port St.
Shut
John.
up! I am. I
I've
would
caught
love to
several.
see something like that.
And there's
Jurassic Park,
in,
Titusville.
in
Yes.
Cocoa.
It's happening.
In Cocoa, there are breeding groups of tegus. Those giant dog size. They were like the giant dog-sized lizards are taking over. Yeah, they're legitimately in Brevard.
Wait till we get those big old freaking
Komodos.
no, the big old
You
hamster
better
ones.
take a picture with one next time. And
What are
send
the
it to me,
big old
Frank.
what are they? I know what they're called.
You're thinking about tegus.
The big old rat things.
Oh, you're you're talking about nutria.
Nutria.
Yeah,
We're gonna
nutria.
have some of those. We're gonna be riding them.
What the
you
hell
know?
are nutria?
They're all gonna work for
They're
Uber.
they're in
Yeah,
Louisiana.
they're gonna have like little saddles
Have
on
you
them.
have
We
you
saw
seen one of
those-
them?
We saw them.
Small humans.
We
could
saw
use
those in
them
Argentina when
for
we were in Argentina.
transportation.
Frank, you know like
Groups
every
of 'em.
critter, right? Like
I-
it's so funny.
I
Like
know
when you go
some
to
of
the zoo, do you know like every animal there? Like you could say it without looking at the
They say
signs.
nutria are real
I don't know
cool.
about
Like
all
they'll
that.
pet. They like humans. Like you can like domesticate them. Like
Yeah, you can saddle up on them if you're like
yeah.
6
You can
inches
domestic-
tall.
You can just have one.
If you're
What's this
6
thing
inches
called?
tall.
Nutria.
So it's it is pretty
vitamins,
cool. Through all the
nutria.
research we're doing,
Yeah.
we are getting more and more involved with the Brevard Zoo, which is pretty awesome.
That is cool.
Keith Winston, who's the director there, he comes out with us quite a bit. It's been a blast getting to know those guys. I went down there and did an educational program for them for their Jaguar group, and it's
Fantastic, man.
it's we got some really cool things coming down the pipe.
Do they have one of these at the zoo?
Super? Do they
The
have
Brevard Zoo?
Nutria?
Nutria?
I thought.
I don't think
You
so.
want one?
No, I don't want one.
Frank, have you seen one of them here? A nutria.
No, I've never seen a nutria in Florida. No.
If you ever get one, take it to T's house.
I got
A
a
new pet over there. He needs a new pet.
Oh my God! Look at their teeth in the front. They
Choppers.
Look insane.
So T, when you get a new
Oh my
pet, man?
God.
New dog.
soon as I got the fences mended from the hurricane.
All right.
Why a
Definitely.
new dog?
New dog.
Because Ginger went to dog heaven.
Buddy, you didn't tell me that.
Yep,
Yeah.
hat tip to little lady.
When did this happen, Thad?
September.
Yeah, it's
Dag
been a
nabbit,
while.
buddy. I didn't know. September
Cool.
of last year?
Yeah, dude.
Well, I ain't seen you too much out there because the hurricane had it flooded, right? So
Yeah.
Wow, oh, that's true. So you haven't been over to his house in a long time, then, really?
No, it's been a minute.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Because just now I'm like, how do you not know? Because it's been
Yeah, I
a
had no
very
idea.
long time.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pedal backwards for
Yeah.
a second. So you think all these critters are coming up, and the ones
Yeah.
that can handle the cold and find a spot, they'll make it. So like, well, that takes a minute for things to the genetics and all that to wash out. But Frank, did I hear about an alligator that has spent 3 consecutive winters up in a northern state somewhere recently on the news?
Possibly.
I
But
think
it's a
I
lot
heard
more,
about
It's a
it.
lot more than 3.
I've heard 3 years. Okay, I heard of some gators up there at the tip of Hatteras Island, up there near
Oh, in the Carolinas?
in Jeanette's Pier and all that near.
Well, yeah, there's. I mean, we go up and we do research in North Carolina. There's a lot of alligators in North Carolina.
I'm hearing they're further north though. More. And do you think those are pets released or things that meandered? That's
Usually, if they're above their typical range, those are things that people have taken and turned loose because they wouldn't survive in those areas normally. Again, wildlife always finds a way. So every time, I've learned this over the years. Every time you say, "There's no freaking way that's supposed to happen, or could happen, or would happen," wildlife finds a way to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nature always figures something out. So,
Jeff Goldblum,
yeah,
Life
it's
will find a way.
I always, I find myself
Yep.
correcting
impact tremors.
me every time I do something like that. Like, look,
I saw that.
I've seen every weird situation you can think of with alligators in weird spots. I mean, I've seen it all, buddy.
Yeah.
I've caught thousands of them in every situation you could possibly think of. So I've learned a long time ago not to ever put
Say
things
never.
in a parameter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
But it's
Frank
not
said
typical.
he can hop up 6 foot in the air and bite your face.
Wow.
What?
We were catching we were in this
A big dog.
resort down there in Belize, and it was more or less crocodiles where we were at there. And I hooked this one up. He did a pirouette. He jumped up in the air, straight up 6 feet, did a pirouette, bit the line in half, and dropped back in the water and looked at me like, "What's up now?"
Ta-da.
And I went,
Yeah.
well, okay, let's try this again."
You're athletic.
Like, are you ever
Yeah.
when you see something like that? Are you legit just still calm?
Yeah,
I'd be a little
it-
frightened.
It makes me go, "Dag freaking nabbit! How quick can I tie a hook back on here?"
Yeah.
Do you ever see 'em in,
I wish when I saw something troubling
God.
that all I could say is "dag freaking nabbit."
right? I'm over here like,
That would
oh,
be the
shit.
best. That would be the best if life was just that's all I had to say and right in the face of danger.
Well, to answer your question, you don't have, if you're doing something and you're being a professional about it, you don't have time to be concerned or be worried. Because, I mean, at this point in my career, I know what I can get away with. I know where I can work my safe places, where my safe areas are at, and what I can safely do without, hurting myself or hurting anyone else. So I operate that way. I push it right to the limit, right to the edge where you're still safe, and you just keep on going.
He's got it dialed, way dialed.
Yeah,
Catching
it's,
him.
It's important.
Like-
if you're taking time
It's
to
like
be
a dance.
afraid, then you're losing out on those senses you should be putting somewhere else.
He's always showing
You're
me
not putting your
videos.
resources in the right places.
Frank, when I picture you out at night, in the boat,
I don't work from a boat.
okay, so at night,
I work from shore.
do you ever
never
just
puts
you
baby
look
in the
with your
corner.
flashlight and all of a sudden see a ton of eyes looking at you? Has that ever happened?
Sure, all the time.
Okay, so when that happens, your body doesn't respond. Does it respond with like adrenaline
Like
or something. Because like
anxiety.
I can't imagine like if I saw that not having my body have some type of reaction.
So I've had to wear heart monitors before, before I had heart surgery. And the doctor would always ask me, so during this time, what was going on here? Like, I was on Garden Street in Titusville, Garden Street in US 1, catching a 9-foot alligator out of the middle of the median. Then why was your heart rate the lowest of all these times recorded? That's when I'm the calmest.
Wow.
I mean, it's happened over and over and over again. That is my
incredible, man.
That's my chill place. And with wildlife, if you're not finding yourself in those spots, that's when you have your bad experiences. Because the second you're getting fired up or getting like super tense, they get super tense. You get yourself hurt. They get hurt. It's something you see on the news somewhere.
So, in a layman's term way, for me, when you go by like T at his house, there's an area where there's some bees, like a beehive.
I love bees.
And when you walk by that beehive, if you walk by tense, or have anxiety ridden with you, they pick up on that.
It's all wildlife. Yep.
So if you're going to work with wildlife successfully, like it would never be you or I, Colleen.
No.
We have anxiety behind us.
Right.
We have like overthought, worry of all the consequences.
You just said walk by bees. My body literally is just like.
We're consistently telling the kids that,
when
we're doing these educational programs.
Yeah.
Everybody relax. These snakes we're going to be pulling out are wild snakes. If you guys are relaxed, they'll be relaxed. If you're not, we're going to have a bad wildlife experience. And I always joke that the snake's going to be wearing my blood for lipstick. You don't want to see that.
It's kind of like an awareness that most of the things that we're going after is like most of it, they're a lot smaller than us.
Yep, and even the ones that are bigger.
And when they're smaller like that, when we're big, they notice a lot more about us. Like
animals are so in tune with everything that's going on. I mean, you can see it with dogs.
Big time.
You can see it with everything. If you walk into a situation and you are the least bit uncomfortable, they know it.
Oh yeah,
they know it. It's the same with alligators, crocodiles, snakes,
horses.
Horses are really good that way.
Orangutans.
I love possums. You guys have seen me play with possums.
Mm-hmm.
I love possums. Yeah. Any of these misunderstood critters.
Prairie dogs, they're great.
I ain't picking up
marmots.
I ain't picking up and playing with no raccoon. You know what I mean?
No.
There's things that you're not safe with.
Marmosets.
Yep. Marsupials, is that the word you're looking for?
Marmoset.
Meerkats.
Meerkats are great.
What's a marmoset?
Lynx.
Marmoset.
You making up a word?
Lynxes.
What's
I don't think I'm making it up.
Oh my God,
marmoset?
this is going to be
marmoset's
so
a thing.
great
A
if Scott
marmoset's
has been saying it wrong forever and Frank's about to check him right
A
now.
marmoset.
That's
No, I
stuff
don't-
you spread on your bread with butter,
Are you
right?
saying
Orange
marsupial? Is that
marmoset.
what you're saying?
A marmoset.
Bam, 10 points for Scott.
Marmoset. Is that something that's in America?
It's a little monkey.
America?
I don't know, probably.
Oh man, Scott was right.
Oh, okay.
Frank.
It's a primate. I got you.
Man.
You're supposed to know every single animal on this earth.
I do not do.
He said,
I
he
do
was
not do
saying
monkeys.
animals that start with the letter M, and that's what I thought of.
I do not do. I don't play the monkey game.
Minks.
Ooh. Mammoths.
Munchkins.
Mongols.
I feel like we're doing one of Frank's trivia questions right now.
I do have trivia questions for you guys when you're ready.
Are we
for
just
them.
skipping a break today and going right
Moths.
We're 40 minutes through. Let's just keep going.
Power
if we
through?
want. I'm down.
Are
Do
we
need to
really
break for
doing
anything? Do you
trivia?
want a
I
break?
can't
Go
do
bathroom?
trivia.
Do we want to do a second half?
Do you guys want to do trivia right now? Because I'll give you trivia questions.
Let's take a little break.
All right.
10 minutes, 5 minutes, and we'll come back.
Okay,
Do some
and then we'll do
Frank
trivia. Oh,
We'll
God.
goof off a little bit,
Your trivia is so
and
hard.
we'll call it a night.
Ready, go.
This is not hard to feel.
I'm taking some steps and counting my feet. Where will I go next? And will I believe that everything I said will come to me? Knowing the truth ain't plain to see. And I'm just looking for sidewalks in this town. There's cars flying past me, but no one is around. It makes me think that I have no place to go. I'll just keep walking down these streets until I know to shed. I wish I know what goes on in my head. Maybe these sidewalks aren't made for me. Maybe I'm just meant to be free. And I'm just looking for sidewalks in this town. There's cars flying past me, but no one is around. It makes me think that I have no place to go. I'll just keep walking down these streets until I know. I open the mail just hoping to find someone who's written with a new state of mind. And I'm just looking for sidewalks in this town. There's cars flying past me, but no one is around. It makes me think that I have no place to go. I'll just keep walking down these streets until I know.
Atlantis is washed up, man. Nobody can figure out what it is. It's
Taking
something.
some steps
Yeah, right.
and counting my
Get the Graham Norton Award.
The lost city of Atlantis.
Hey, Graham Norton's
washed
a
up
riot.
on Australia.
Why wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be awesome.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it'd be so
It would
badass.
just be like there's just so many crazy things it seems like happening right now.
Like, I was like trying to think about what the bottom of the ocean must look like. Like, we'll never know. And it's like, what's that? If you take out all the marine life, just all this
Have you
shit
ever
that
been to the
humans
beach?
have left, like,
Yeah.
what's at the very bottom of the very bottom?
It looks like Burdines down there.
What's a Burdine?
This place,
Burdines, it was a place that people used to shop, Frank.
It's like a J.C. Penney.
Oh, okay.
people
yeah.
that
Burdines.
iron their pants.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I remember Burdines.
Burdines was in its day in the 90s.
Did you say they ironed your pants?
It got nothing on Dillard.
Yeah. It was them kind of.
No, Dillard's was always way higher
Dillard's
class. Like, Dillard's was top tier.
They,
I was a Burdines girl.
in
Keep it in the
Dillard's
middle.
heyday, and like you'd walk through, and then there's like 12 or 13 people that work only in the like perfume
In
area,
cosmetics area.
and
Yeah.
you're walking by, and they're all got their own brand they're spraying on you.
Yeah.
When you're walking by,
Every makeup counter had a girl there ready to do your makeup.
it was a whole cruise. Now you go there, and it's ghost town.
Yeah. Definitely
It's
not
like
the
one
same.
person covering for the whole day in the whole all the sections.
It's like that Friends episode with Joey and the spray.
yeah.
Oh, God.
All right, sorry, T. We're sorry, T.
You guys.
It's our fault.
I'm kidding.
He said Burdines. He's the one who did this to me.
Hey, remember the Burdines had the walls where you always want to
Resort.
ride your bike or your skateboard up them in Orlando,
Yes.
right? That's important that we get that out. Let's
The delivery ramps.
yes. No, the walls. The walls. They were like the duck
Wait, which Burdines?
on Route 50, unless you say
Oh,
Route 50.
I'm sorry, I was a
say
Merritt Island
route.
Burdines girl. I didn't really shop at the Burdines in Orlando. That was too
Okay.
far for me to go.
Well, that
I wasn't
proves
allowed out of Brevard County.
I think Graham Norton was right. Let's. We ready? Sir Frankel,
Yeah, buddy. I'm all good.
where were we at?
I forget where we were at. Dear goodness gracious.
Burdines.
Oh,
That's
so
where we were when we met.
yeah, I have been on a couple of other podcasts here recently. I was going to tell you
Were they at
about.
Burdines?
He might have been in
It's
a more.
Burdines.
These guys might have been in a Burdines while they were doing it. Podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
a little Burdines Zoom call.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if
Technology.
you heard of these guys, Scott. One was a fellow named Chuck Shute.
I feel like I've heard the name before. You were telling me here, and it's actually on.
Yeah, I have it up on the
iPad right
screen.
here, so I want to look at it real quick.
Yeah. Didn't know if you heard of him before or not. I was on
I've
his.
heard the name. Was it? Where was it? Up in Chicago or?
No, we were on. I was on Zoom with him.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then I did John Silverspear too, which is
Okay.
he's the head security guy for Motley Crue and Shinedown.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a pretty cool fella.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that one had a. I think it was one of his more popular podcasts. I mean, by what I've seen.
You know what? Like, okay, in my network, we have like a little Facebook. There's like this little Facebook group. It's not too active anymore, but everybody used to talk in there. Like it's like the podcast mafia. It was like Orlando area, Central Florida area podcast, where I still share our show in there and everything. And you're supposed to kind of support each other, show each other some love. If a good guest is on there and that guest is in the Orlando area, hit up as many of these podcasts as you can. As kind of like to get yourself out there if you're trying to get on some shows and everything. How do you find the shows that you get on, Frank? Do they just message you or hit you up through some media that they found of yours? And
They usually find me on social media or find me on my website and send me an email.
Okay.
Yeah, they've all reached out to me. I've never reached out to a single one of them.
That's fantastic, though.
Yeah.
Magnet.
You get out into that podcast circle. There are so many podcasts out there. There's so many people. It's pretty wild.
It's
on
been
how
been a good time.
popular,
Yeah.
It is. And think about it this way too. More people in the next year and a half, with all the writer's strike and the actors striking, there's a lot less going to be produced for a little chunk of time. So there's going to be some dead people. Always who are creative, they always go to something else that's creative, and it's usually a podcast. So if I use entertainment by sight or ear, more people are going to go to podcasts. Podcasting is still scratch the surface on what it's going to be, I feel.
Yeah, I think the fanciest one I've done. It's funny you say that because these people is a true crime podcast. It was one of the Morbius or it was some kind of something like that. They sent a bunch of gear to my house.
Oh wow!
To hook into my phone to talk to them specifically with their headphones.
I remember that.
That's cool.
That's so cool.
They sent me a Pelican case full of gear to hook up to my phone.
That's amazing.
I'm like, man, these people are not joking around.
That's amazing.
Colleen's husband Brent. One day we were talking because me and technology. I'm getting there, figuring stuff out. Could never figure out that phone system. We got to get that better. I just got to get a whole different setup.
I do call you guys and leave you a voicemail here and there.
Exactly. Oh, I got him. I got him saved. Brent was like, "Okay, why don't we get some Zoom calls set up for these podcasts?" And I think I have it set up now, and I need Brent to call. I'm going to call him one night just to test the quality because he does it for work all the time.
All the time.
I just got to make sure I have it routed through my system right.
Zoom is awesome.
You know what I mean? But because just to be able to set up and do a Zoom, podcast with people on the show, we could even, throw them up on the screen right there. But we also need to have the camera for them to see us as well. I feel.
Yeah, it's important.
The proper. So, we needed to do that.
So this fella I know,
Frank, you can set it up for me.
Yeah, sure. I'd gladly could. This fella I know, his name's Scott Geyser. Yeah.
I know this guy.
He was on my podcast not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell us about that?
That
was good.
About that, and the first thing I'm going to bring up about that, it's the crew that you have like an ensemble there. So I go over to do this podcast with Frank, because he's got at Titusville High School they record in their production studio.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Is that this
right
right
it's TV
area?
studio? Yeah,
TV studio.
TV Productions.
What was the co-host name?
Bill Curtis.
Bill is awesome.
Yeah, you guys hit it off. You were two peas in a pod.
He's great. It was a great time. We learned a lot about ladybugs and the likes. This whole little ladybug thing going on over there in their show.
Okay.
Yeah, they all giggle just like that when they talk about them.
I heard that. I remember that.
Very excited right now.
It's so funny.
It was funny stuff.
But here's how it went down. It's like I showed up about 15 minutes early or so, than when I said I could be there by. And I go out there and I'm at the gate, and I call and say, "Hey, I'm here." He's like, I'll have somebody come to the gate to get you. So my podcast, you just walk through the front door and a bunch of dogs chase you down and bark at you and aggressively, and then they love you and want your attention the whole time you're there. Yeah. And then you leave and you're free again, right? I wait at the gate. I get escorted. They get a gate opener, comes and waves a wand and opens the gate and gives me a perfect park spot. He parks right up by the door. He's right on the kids' sidewalk where people are walking because he Frank can't walk
Hey,
more
I'm
than
Frank.
15 steps out of a door, right into the truck.
You need me to catch gators.
And then this is how highfalutin this podcast was, is what I'm telling you.
He had a lanyard.
I go through the door, they have people that open the doors for you, and they open the door. You don't got to open doors. You don't got to, if I'm thirsty, I just go like this,
Footmen.
and they just pour
Yeah.
water. They have people that
Grape
come over and hand you
squishers.
water.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's Titusville High School. For
No,
you.
but I walk in and I didn't know what to expect, and they have like one big stage in like a media room where there's TVs and cameras, like a production, area to do the podcast where everybody goes in and sits and does video podcasts. To the left, there's one of those big square, glasses, the double pane glass where you can see through. And now and then, there are kids that go to school there that are in these
Techs.
classes,
Yeah.
and they are recording everything. They're typing in all
All the
who the
graphics,
guests
yeah.
are, all the graphics. They have like a whole thing going on. Frank walked over there, sat down by a computer, typed some things in for the show. I'm like, what are you guys doing? This is amazing.
Yeah, it's sick.
I need those kids for extra credit for internship to come and set up my studio for the video and everything, to set it all up for me. And yeah,
It's a solid idea.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a solid idea.
Let's not talk about anything else but that. How we're gonna get that going. No, it was so cool getting to yeah.
Yeah, I need to get you on there because you're
Colleen, you
a
love it.
THS alumni.
Hey, class of 98,
I'm an astronaut.
baby.
I felt like I could have got jumped at any time.
War
had
Eagle,
the-
Oh,
huh?
they remember the maroon and gold spray painting of the lockers.
We had
Jerk.
the principal of astronaut on because she
Okay.
she's a THS graduate.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Her family's big into THS, right?
Yep. Very much. Yeah. So we've had a lot of
The
cool
waters
people
are
on
muddy.
ours.
Yeah.
Had a lot of cool people on there. That was a blast having you on there. It's something we'd been talking about doing for a long time.
We had. And
Man,
it-
THS
it's-
looks so different now too. Like I
It
can't.
does.
You're talking about this building that there's no way it existed when we went to school there.
It's in the
Which-
back right over by the
No,
swim pools.
the building we do this in was the shop building when we were
Yep.
there.
Oh, okay then.
So
All right.
yes, it was there.
Okay, so but still, the school looks completely different from when I went there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Not completely, but there's
I mean,
there
you
is
got
like
the
an extra
guts
The
of it,
building.
Wise
but-
building, Frank. When I went,
There's like an extra building.
dude, when I went to school there, like I played softball, and it sucked so bad because I had to try to find rides to
You have
get
a- you
all
have a
down,
real
all the way
track
down
now?
to Sandpoint, and they got softball fields there now.
A
Or
real
the soccer
track.
fields are like
About to have a baseball field
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah.
They
They're
get
about
to
to
play
add a baseball
football.
field.
they don't have
The
to share a
auditorium's pretty
stadium with you
amazing.
guys anymore.
Oh, speaking of the football field, I'm so excited because I announced the football games there.
Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I started doing that last year.
I got a guy. I have a kid that works
Frank,
in
can
our
I come and
office named
sit up there with
Logan.
you during one of the games?
Yeah, Thaddeus has. Sure.
You know Logan?
It's really cool.
I'm gonna do it. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Can we do it together?
Yeah.
He's an announcer for I think football and basketball games for high schools, and he is down in the Rockledge, Merritt Island,
Huh.
some of those
No, I
areas.
don't know him.
Huh?
I don't know him. But what I'm saying, THS just got a whole new scoreboard because the thing was ancient, man. It was there from long. It was
Oh,
from
yeah.
there from
So
the
Yeah.
the big like
early
Al
80s.
Warnke Center.
Yeah, now it's got the Al Warnke because Al Warnke Field.
Yeah.
We got a new scoreboard. We got an all new sound. I'm so excited. I'm
Frank,
so excited.
Is there enough room in the
We
booth
need
for
to
me
all
and Thad
go.
to come
We
and
all
sit
need
with
to
you?
go. Just
Thaddeus
to,
has been before.
I want to come though.
come listen to you
yeah,
now.
you guys
It's
can
cool.
come up there. Sure.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, come on. It's a blast.
That would be fun.
It'd be the first time I've been back to THS since I graduated.
Thaddeus will tell you, I like to mess
sure.
with people walking by and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah,
have a
it's
good time.
great.
This year, Allie's going to be a sophomore at astronaut this year, and
Okay.
she might be working the concession stands for some of the basketball games and stuff
Cool.
next year for part
Cool.
of one of her classes or whatever. And I'm going to start going to some of these games.
The football. I'll tell you what. The new coach, the new football coach who started this past year for THS, has totally changed the entire dynamic of that
Who is
team.
it?
Wow,
He's no joke.
What's his name?
He's really good.
That's his name.
his name's really good.
Bill No Joke.
He's really talented coach.
All right. Well, I'm gonna find out who that is.
Look at your phone real quick and look it up. Hurry.
I don't have my phone.
What's your problem?
He's a great guy.
He's going to be so mad at you, Colleen. Because we all know his name. We're
I'm
just not
sorry.
I
telling
cannot believe you don't know the guy's name.
Wow.
you. Colleen.
Look.
Unbelievable, Colleen.
Oh my God! Stop doing this to me.
And
I'm
kind
not
of-
cutting this out.
Kind of embarrassing.
This is staying in forever.
He was
Well-
the coach of your freaking football team from where you. It's not.
Dude,
Dan,
I haven't-
Dan Diesel was there when we were there.
Listen, I have not paid attention
So,
to I just follow
Scott-
sports.
I
And
think
it's
it's
like
Stoops.
Scott Diesel Scott, one of Dan Diesel's sons,
Mm-hmm.
he helps coach there for the varsity team.
I thought, didn't one of Diesel's kids coach at a Space Coast?
Yes, that was the other Diesel.
So wait, does Diesel have kids coaching all over town?
I don't think his son is coaching at Space Coast anymore.
Oh, okay. I wonder what that's like at their family dinner table.
I bet you it's a blast.
Like everybody's coaching in other places.
Yeah, pretty neat. Yeah, John Holmes. I guess I'd just tell you because you can't figure it out.
I'm sorry. I was trying to think if I knew who it was.
So he was actually a middle linebacker
Familiar.
at West Virginia. Yeah, he was a.
So is Titusville's football team any good?
That's what I'm saying. He's changed the whole dynamic of that team. Yes, they are. They're a talented team. They're a talented team, and they're very good.
Wait a minute. Colleen, I'm about to maybe make what you did wrong.
What?
better. Isn't John Holmes like a porn star name though too?
Oh, don't even say things like that. No,
wasn't what's his
Leave it
name?
alone.
What's his Boogie Nights?
I don't
Was
know.
that the name?
That's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't he play? Wasn't it John Holmes? Was the name?
Dirk Diggler.
That was-
John's a great guy.
It
Let's
was
not even
Dirk
talk about that stuff in relation
You're
to
like
his
not
name.
even close, Scott.
You're sullying things here, bro.
John Holmes.
Why are
Yeah,
you
let's
doing
not
this to me?
even
on the site.
Then Google
No.
John Holmes and see what comes up. It's
leave
probably a murder or something.
leave
There's-
John alone.
There's
John's a
a
great.
John Holmes.
John Holmes is a
out
very
there.
common name.
John is
So-
a great guy.
There are a lot of John Holmes. I'm not. It's not.
This
I know.
John Holmes is a.
I'm not
is a
saying he's not, but he's amazing.
he's a wonderful dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
he's a
we'd
great-
like
great
talk
guy.
someone else serious, Scott's over there like dirty white.
Oh,
It's
my
like
garage.
a porn star.
John Holmes is.
No, we
a porn
did
star
we did
name,
enjoy.
actually.
I think you're right, though.
We
Yeah.
did enjoy having you on the podcast, Scott.
It was great. I hope they invite me back.
We will
Mr.
invite you
Holmes.
back. Yeah.
Like Frank, I'm no joke. So excited for this thing to like
it was
sit
a great
there.
time. It was
like,
a cool, very cool.
Yeah,
experience.
Thaddeus has sit up there with me.
I've
before.
always
Ask
wanted
him
you
to
can-
go back, but to be
you
able
can
to
go
go
out
back and
the
see
door,
a
open
football
the
game
roof,
from
the
up
latch.
at that perspective, which was
Sick
never
view.
allowed when I was in school there.
Well, you know a
It'd be
guy.
so cool.
You know a guy.
I know.
It's
a guy
got the
now.
AC up in there, too.
You gotta go
Oh,
check
it's
it
the
out.
Oh,
deep
does it
freeze.
really?
Yeah.
The windows slide open. It's got the deep freeze going on. It is epic.
It's great.
This is like, all right, this is gonna be perfect. All right, I'm excited about this.
We've already got the schedule out too, so I can share with
Hey,
you when
Frank.
the games are.
When's it start, Frank?
I gotta tell you,
August.
Guess what I'm
In
doing?
August.
Ooh,
the
it's
first
going to be
game.
I'm
hot.
going to Giants opening game against the Cowboys this year,
I'm sorry.
September 10th. Don't be sorry.
I'm very sorry.
It's gonna be so much fun. Mark got me tickets.
That's awesome.
So I'm flying up. I'm gonna go stay with my brother. We'll go to a game. No hurricane's gonna stop me this
You're
year.
flying to New York.
I'm flying to Jersey.
Well, that's even sketchier.
Well, it's in Jersey, the stadium.
I'm
It's
making-
only
I'm
like
making
10
jokes.
minutes from my. It's 10 minutes from my brother's house.
We're gonna have the fantasy football thing coming up too, right?
Yes, Frank, are you in
Oh.
this year?
Sure.
Okay,
I'll take your pride from you yet again.
we have some open spots now.
So it'd be like the 4th annual,
Well, just
Yeah.
cut it down from 14 people
Wait.
to 12.
Wait,
you
is
got
it fourth or third?
maybe third.
It's the third.
This is the third year I know
Yeah,
about.
third year.
Yeah.
So Brent's already set the team back up again. It looks like.
Yeah, if I would
Something.
make a
Yeah.
suggestion, I'd say if you have people that have left, cut it from 14 to 12.
Yeah.
You want to do that? Let's just
it
do
makes
that.
for more players.
It does.
Stop taking my players,
All right.
Frank.
Me? I took your players?
Yeah.
I like that
who did I take
idea.
from
I'm
you?
like, oh my garage.
Who did I take from you?
You took my quarterback, Herbert.
Dude, I tried to trade him to you. Don't even start that crap with me.
Yeah, but
I
then,
tried to trade him to you.
But then
and you're
Charlie
like,
and everybody rejected it. and
no, you
didn't
know, we
Did
wanna
you
never,
have it.
guys-
we never even tried it because you're
Listen.
like, it's a bad idea, Frank. They'll get upset. I'm
This
like,
is
who
gonna
cares?
Be, this is gonna be a different league this year.
Who
It's gonna
cares
be
if they
so
get
different.
upset? Let their little feelings let their one feeling get hurt.
I'm excited about Hard Knocks
Sure.
this year, y'all. It's the Jets, and it's Aaron Rodgers on the Jets. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Nobody cares about the Jets or Aaron
Like-
Rodgers.
Stop! It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least.
I'll probably watch it. I haven't watched Hard Knocks in a couple
Hard
years.
Knocks last year
I
with the
say-
Lions was so good.
Aaron
Like,
Rodgers will
if you
Oh,
Retire.
retire.
Dan
Team.
Campbell's so good.
Hard. It's like they pretty much at training camp for the NFL teams. They just have full on camera crew. Throw it on HBO, so you get all the soap opera part of playing football.
I enjoyed when they had the
Right.
Buccaneers on
It's
there.
cool to see these guys' passion that they actually have
Yeah.
for the sport. Because like you forget as a fan watching, like that these are real people that really do try and care and,
and
throw
they
their
make
whole
mistakes
life
all
into
the
it.
time, and they
Yeah.
have bad weeks. And
You
they
remember-
have bad practices,
Yeah.
and they have bad instances, and it's kind of showing you.
It brings you in check when you're judging these guys. Like, hey,
Yeah, it's a way to market and get you more emotionally involved.
I got
in-
a side
in
wager
teams.
wager
It
with
worked
you
for me.
with you, Scott.
Oh yeah.
I say by week 10, Aaron Rodgers is either benched or retired.
yeah, right. Yeah,
So
I'm
maybe
not taking
injured?
That.
Injured, benched, or retired by week 10.
By week 10, he will not make it. Brett Favre didn't make it there. Isn't that where he went first?
It is.
So
Okay.
I feel like if I'm Green Bay, I'm like, let's send our quarterbacks to the
Green
to where
Bay.
they're not going to succeed.
Green Bay took them for everything they had with that trade.
Say no more.
He is not going to quit on his own.
He will be injured, retired, or backup by week 10.
No.
Okay.
If injured,
I got
maybe.
$5 on it.
Maybe
Who will
injured.
be
You
but
put
better?
no.
$5 on it?
Who will be better, the Giants
Who's his
or the
backup?
Dolphins?
Marcus Mariota, right?
I don't know.
I think
Who
so.
will be better? Say it again.
I don't think that's
The
going to be a better
Dolphins?
bet.
Or the Jet or the Giants? Who's going to be better this year?
Dolphins.
The
Dolphins?
Dolphins are going to be so good.
No, so I don't think the
Yes.
Dolphins are going to be as good as people think they will be.
I don't
But the
know.
Dolphins will be better.
They're not going to be.
It's all tied up onto
The
the
Giants-
You know, the
quarterback
Giants
play.
haven't even signed Saquon.
The Giants have a solid team, though.
I might not even see Saquon
That's
play
a-
week 1.
That's a big issue in the NFL right now because NFL running backs used to be the stars,
Yeah.
and now
I am a
they're-
Matt Jones
they're-
fan.
Now it's the quarterbacks.
They're personally, they're feeling a certain way about it, and it's hitting their paychecks. Kids that train their whole life to be in that position because that was one of the money positions. It's not becoming one of the money positions anymore. And
And it's the one that doesn't last very long.
yeah,
I do think Matt Jones is the real deal.
Matt Jones. Who's Matt Jones?
Oh my god.
Is that a college player?
I don't know who that is either.
Let's leave it alone.
Is that a college player?
Sure.
Oh, I'm not doing this with Frank and his secret knowledge.
Scott.
I can't go here right now. We're not
I'm
talking
gonna
about
put
this
him-
because if
I'm
you
gonna
have
put him on the
secrets, we're
list.
not putting them out right now, Frank. So shut your mouth. We'll talk later. You keep all your little hidden secrets to yourself for now. You don't share them with him and everyone else. Come on. Look out for your girl here. I need some help.
You guys
I'm
are cracking me up.
so close to winning last year.
You guys are cracking me up. Oh Lord.
Poor Thad. Do you even watch football, Thad?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
Really?
like
I do.
I'll straight up tell you, I do not watch college football at all.
Me either.
Oh, no worries.
So when the draft happens, I have no idea who we're getting, and until I see him play,
And everyone's like, "Do you care?
the
Are you
Dolphins.
watching the draft?" I'm like, I
I'll
don't
watch
care.
some YouTube clips and say, okay, that guy looks
Yeah.
just like the other guy the other guy drafted in the 5th round. He's running the exact same way.
So, as a Buccaneers fan, what do you think about Baker Mayfield?
I'm sorry.
Think it's gonna be a terrible,
I'm sorry.
terrible thing.
It's to go from Tom Brady
Well, I mean,
to Baker Mayfield.
it's a whole new offense, though. It was
This is-
Byron Leftwich was the problem.
This is what I'll say.
It could be interesting.
I think,
It could be interesting.
I think any quarterback who gets to the NFL level, if they have the right system put behind them to help them succeed, they will.
And I think
You
he
can
might
take the
now.
worst quarterback and put him in the right situation, and he'll succeed. I feel like it's really hard in the NFL to take a backup quarterback that has a different playing style and to throw him into the starting lineup and to change everything the team has been doing for that one player. That one player kind of has to change for the team.
Well, you do keep
and
in mind that
unfortunately, it hurts that quarterback position because of that. Because the best coaches, I feel like, knows how to get the best out of their. That's why they have to strip down playbooks and simplify things, which sometimes helps because other players on the team might not want that diverse play group. It's less thinking, more just physicality.
when we brought him in, we did bring in a whole new offensive coordinator. He's from Seattle. And he helped Geno Smith go from nothing to the comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think
You got to watch that show, Quarterback.
it's
Frank.
all it's all
You gotta watch
situation.
it.
I feel like in every, like if you're a soccer player, if you're a football player, a basketball player, a baseball player, if you're put in the right position to succeed, that fits your skill set.
Yep.
I mean, that right there is the big puzzle piece right there, in my opinion. Because when you get to that level and you're known to be good enough to make the NBA and the draft, and you're in those 2 rounds, you're good enough to play. You got to get the right position and the right situation, and there needs to be room for you. There's only X amount of positions. There's only 500 people that play in the NBA or something.
Tell you what, I
And-
think this new coordinator with the Buccaneers is going to shock some people with the differences between him and Byron Leftwich. I think the Buccaneers will be the number 15th or better in the league in offense, overall offense.
I'll tell you this: the Orlando Magic are coming up.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so who
god!
did
Can
they
we end the
draft?
show on that?
No,
The Orlando Magic are coming up.
Oh, I still got trivia for you too.
I
but-
keep losing.
Oh, let's do the trivia. I don't want to talk about Magic.
No, honestly,
I'll be
who
nice
did
to
they
the
draft?
Giants if you're nice to the Magic.
Who did they
All right,
draft?
fine.
Who did they draft?
Anthony Black.
Is it a big man?
It's
Because they
like
needed a big
no,
man, right?
Because they got Isaac back this year. They got.
Don't they have like 8,000 guards and no big man?
They do got a lot of guards right now. They got like five of them right now.
So who's
And then they
playing
got-
power forward? And
Then they
center?
got Jet Howard, who's like a small forward, like a 6'8" shooting guard, small forward. They got Paolo Banchero, who's a power forward, small forward. They got Franz Wagner that plays power forward, small forward.
I mean, are they any good though? Do
As
they have
far
any
as
real big?
Anthony Black in the summer league here coming up? He looked really good.
Okay.
He's going to be like Markel Fultz, but maybe a little more durable.
So what's your guesstimation on what the Magic do this year?
I think they're going to be like a 6th or 7th seed.
Really, you think they're going to make the playoffs?
They're pretty much expected to by most people now.
Really?
Even
that one player made that big of a difference.
There are a lot of players and there are a lot of analysts that are picking Orlando to be one of the teams that takes a big jump this year.
Wow.
Paolo Banchero got him number 1 last year, Rookie of the Year.
I didn't know.
He looked really good, and
he was a guard too. Yes.
He's a small forward.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hey, how is this any different than every other year that you've said this same exact thing about?
This is going to be a little different because I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Even when my team is terrible, if I'm a fan, I'm going to act at the beginning of the season. I'm their biggest cheerleader, optimist. I play the optimist role.
You really do. I've seen it.
What we do a thing in our office at work. Chase, Stan, Jared, me, anybody else who wants to participate. We always pick the records of the Orlando Magic, and we write it up on a post-it note, and it sits on the wall. So all year long, what did I pick? What did I pick? And we kind of keep an eye on that record based on what we predicted.
That's so cool.
Jared and Stan usually are the most correct. Okay, like it's usually because they're kind of trying. Like Stan will be a little more optimistic, so he'll sometimes be Jared. Jared's at the bottom. He gives you the worst,
He's realistic.
25 games, 25 wins out of 80. Where I'm always 500 or better, and then Chase is usually our optimist. He's like 72 and 10.
Oh my god!
But it's not going to happen, But this year, all of us are consensus, all thinking that we're going to break that 500 barrier. We have a very young team, but we have a lot of cap flexibility. We have a lot of future money that we can spend. And we have some really, like Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero should be multi-year All-Stars in the NBA. Whether it's this year or next year, I think it'll be this year. Paolo will be an All-Star. Next year, after that, Franz probably will.
Interesting.
And then Anthony Black, he could be a big time Jason Kidd type of point guard.
I hope so much. You're right.
He's that good, yeah.
I hope so much.
I'd love to see the Magic do something amazing.
So
like that.
Jet Howard is Jawan Howard's son.
What?
He's Michigan.
Who ended his career with the Magic? Yes.
So Magic have 3 or 4 Michigan players on their team right now. They've added a lot of shooting, and they ended up the last half of the year 500 when Fultz came back. So we have high expectations for him this year.
Very cool. All right. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. I knew there was 8 million guards on the team, but I didn't know about any of the rest of it.
In my spare time, if I get on Twitter, if y'all see my Twitter account, I always try to I'll tag you guys. I think I tagged you on something earlier. If you went back and looked at all my feed, most of what I'm tweeting and talking about is the Orlando Magic in there. That's where my people are. We all get on Twitter and we're all talking. I'm talking because the players will talk to you. The Terrence Ross used to play video games, and he'd get on at night and on Twitter and go, "Hey, I'm about the game in this server. Who's playing?" And other Magic fans would go in and play video games with him. And this guy's making $16 million a year. He's got a podcast, and he's a great shooter for the team. And to have fans be able to join in on a gaming server and
that's awesome.
Play a game and talk on a microphone with your
I game with some people
so
sometimes.
Cool, man.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I game with some people sometimes.
I'm
Alligator Rob on Xbox.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I have PS4.
Oh, okay.
The kids at Silas is on VR.
See, I've never done any VR stuff.
Dude, there's this game, I guess it's called Gorilla Tag.
Gorilla Tag?
And I don't play on it too much. Like when I had T, remember when we did walk the plank?
Yeah, that was neat.
Isn't it cool?
Yep.
Silas is taking it over. It's up in his room now. Gorilla Tag is you're playing like a hide and seek with a bunch of other people, but you walk with your hands. So he'll be in there doing this with his hands, and that's him walking to get to places and stuff. And he's always screaming and laughing at the top. He's just laughing. So sometimes I'll go up to the top of the stairs and I'll listen, and it's like you're trying to tell someone where you're not, or make someone believe that you're not in this area. From what I can understand, and hearing the banter and the back and forth, it's insanely funny, man. It's so funny. And it's a workout on the VR, man. He comes out of that thing sweating.
Well, I bet.
They got the boxing games.
It's
and the
easy
beat
to walk around
sabers
on
and
your
stuff.
hands.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
turtle walking.
Yeah,
Wasn't
man.
it your daughter's birthday yesterday?
Saturday?
Saturday,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Trivia.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday.
Oh yeah,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday,
Daughter there
Allie.
yesterday. I'll tell you what. We went to Vine and Olive for brunch.
I've heard good things about it.
Yummy.
Fantastic. Rachel was there. Took care of us.
Awesome.
We sat back by the bar area this time. The salmon Benedict that Allie got, it was amazing. I got a lobster roll.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Cold.
Did you guys go by yourselves?
Like cold.
For
lobster.
real?
Oh, so
Yummy.
good.
Was it just you two?
And Allie for her birthday and her
Yeah.
mom.
Oh, okay.
And
Did Silas go too?
nope. Silas stayed home. He didn't want
I
to
was
go.
gonna say, what would he eat there?
He's like, I don't want breakfast. I had cereal this morning. I'm on a game.
He's so cute.
So we went and did that little brunch real quick, came back, and then I took just me and the kids, me, Allie, and Silas. We just went out to the beach and for the whole day Saturday. And play on the beach was beautiful. Beautiful. It was so nice. There wasn't any jellyfish. There wasn't anything. It was just, you could see 10 feet deep, I felt like, without a problem.
Wow.
Like I could stand up and, at 5 foot or so, looking down into the water and
He did just say jellyfish.
right to your toes like it's nothing. It was beautiful.
Love it when it's like that.
Yeah, you just said jellyfish and they're all on
Yeah,
the
you said
screen behind
jellyfish
us.
and they were all over the screen.
Which, by the way, your screensavers are almost distracting because they're so pretty. Like everything that comes up is like
They're just
really
stock,
beautiful.
too.
It's
I
like,
think it's just whatever Apple TV puts on there.
I like it.
See, it's an Apple. See, Android doesn't have
Oh wow, they can put
Oh,
some
it's
images
true.
on a TV
cool
screen.
things like that.
Cool.
You guys have the memory to burn. We don't.
Have you guys seen those at P-Land
It's true.
when they look like that, but they're big and pink? Have you seen those?
No.
I haven't seen the big. Yes, I have actually.
Yes, I have.
I have. There was like a bunch of them on shore one time, and there was a bunch of them in the water.
Yeah.
We always see the manta rays as the ones that
Men of War, Men of
man
Ray.
of wars. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
With the purple.
Yeah.
When I was
Yeah.
a kid, those are the ones that I remember. 'Cause those are the
Everywhere.
ones that tagged me when I was learning how to surf. When it was a rough, day
Yeah.
with seaweed. I always get popped by one. During certain times of the year. Those ones hurt.
Yeah.
The other ones, they'll give you a little sting or a little pop, but it goes away right away. Like we saw these ones that were floating, and they were no bigger than a fist.
Like the pink bell or the
And
clear
they
one.
had like a pinkish, reddish kind of little.
And the broccoli underneath it.
Yeah.
Yep. Those can splash a little bit of sting into your eyes if they hit. Someone throws them at you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, like
That's hilarious.
they popped Allie on her arm, one of them, and we saw it do it. It like hit her, and we saw it, and it was like had these little it looked more red than pink, I would say, and it was like a little, it just had like long tentacles.
Roseate.
And they were like 8 to 12 inches back, so it was a bigger, with longer tentacles, and that one hurt. It popped me as well.
The one that you don't want to get hit by I believe it's a relative to the box. I don't know what they call it here, but it's the clear, like kind of long, maybe as long as your hand. And when they drag you, it's electric fire, and everybody screams when they get hit, and it's kind of funny, but until you get hit, and it's like 5 minutes of medieval torture, and then it goes away. Unless
you
you're
can't
like,
even pee on that one to make it better.
no.
But the pink thing doesn't really work,
I don't
right?
think
No,
so.
it does a little bit.
It probably
makes a
does.
little bit of a difference.
How do you wait? Are you serious?
You have to have
But
a
it does not
like a
work.
constant stream for like 5 minutes.
I'll tell you what.
Who can pull that off?
I don't know,
You
just
need
made
a lot
that
of
up.
friends in a
I think
row,
it was
right?
Gary,
I guess.
my uncle Gary probably told
teasing.
me. Said just stay in the water, the salt water. Will just it'll be fine.
Yeah. Try not to get it in the eye.
Again with eye, that happened to you?
Yeah.
Oh God! Because we threw one at you.
Well, that happened. But just paddling through the fire ones, you might, boy, if you're unlucky, it gets
What's
you in the
the
eye.
worst jellyfish attack that you can think of that happened to you?
Jellyfish attack is the funniest part of that conversation. Sorry.
I know.
Me and my girlfriend,
jellyfish.
a long time ago, was in the water, and
Tried to use it as a sexual toy.
no, we was naked, and it went between us and got both of us like
Like on the stomach.
belly button. I was like, "Thank you, God." I'm putting my shit on. Boom! It hurt, but I was just like, "Man, it had to move a little bit. It would have been really a memorable day.
Oh my god.
I know. That was scary.
You ever been stung?
I don't think so.
You don't go to the beach that much, do you?
No,
You
not
don't like the
anymore.
beach?
When I was younger, I did. I got stung,
Oh, yeah.
but I have not been back to the beach in a long time.
Yeah.
Like a handful of times. And believe me, if I saw a jellyfish, I'm going nowhere near that shit.
See, Frank, you a beach guy ever?
Yeah,
You go out there and hang at all?
I do.
You get in the water a lot?
Yep.
Any torturous situations?
Been brushed by sharks and stuff plenty of times, and
Yeah.
had some cuts from that, but yeah, nothing.
The jellyfish just kiss Frank. They're like, oh, that's
Hey,
Frank.
Frank.
He
Frank's
sees
seen
the
a.
alligators and
snuggle-
crocodiles
even
from
at-
this water.
Even as a young kid, they snuggled my beard. Yeah.
like,
No,
no,
but the-
don't hurt him.
The manatee and the gators. Frank's seen a manatee hypnotizing a bunch of gators.
No, it's been happening more and more. That I see these, animals that, they're sentient beings. You know what I mean? And it's almost like they're communicating with one another.
Nose to nose.
It's some strange stuff.
Oh, they got to be.
Yeah, 100%.
All those animals talk to each other.
Yep,
We're doing it.
Easily.
it's true.
Totally happening.
I do
Woof.
have some trivia for you.
Oh
guys.
yeah, hit
All
me.
right, let's do it.
So you guys want to each grab a pen?
Yep.
So
Scott.
this is the way we're going to do this. You guys each answer the question.
Should
If there's a tie at the end,
yes,
then I
please.
have an extra question to break the tie.
Okay,
But I don't think there'll be a tie at the end.
that's Buster Brown's dog.
I hope every question is about the Foo Fighters.
About the what?
The Foo Fighters.
Food
Oh, I thought you said
fighters.
The Foo
I thought you
Fighters.
said the foo virus.
No.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck's the foo virus?
If it's the Foo Fighters, I'll win. If not,
Foods that start with the letter Q.
All right, are you guys ready?
Quinoa.
What is a
Quail.
quince?
Are you guys ready?
yes.
What? Oh,
Okay, number 1.
all right.
Artificial raspberry and vanilla comes from the anal glands of what animal?
The blue whale.
So keep this to yourself.
For
'Cause
real.
again, you're writing this
Is
down.
there choices?
There's no choices.
We need some multiple choice.
no,
Oh,
no multiple choices.
Marmoset.
I'll read it one more
I
time.
can't do this then.
Number
No.
1.
Say that one more time because I think I know the answer.
Number 1. Raspberry and vanilla come from the anal glands of what animal? Do you guys want an extra hint?
Yes.
yeah. I have
It's a
to.
mammal.
Oh, it's a person.
No shouting out answers, Thaddeus.
Okay, good. Next question.
Okay, number 2. What animal has the longest gestation? What animal has the longest gestation period?
Galapagos. All right.
You guys are cracking me up. Number 3, and the last question. What is the only state in the continental U.S. that does not have a square flag?
I should know this since Declan has everyone hanging up in his bedroom. He will kill me right now.
What is the only state in the continental U.S. that does not have a square flag?
I thought he was going to ask us, like, what did Alligator Plumbing's building used to be?
It's hilarious.
I don't know any of these.
You got to have some guesses.
I got a few.
I'm going to say all 3 of those are easy guesses. So I'll go back through them one more time.
I got them all written down. I got answers.
Number 1.
All right, I got answers.
Number 1, artificial raspberry and vanilla
I don't
come
trust
from
any
the
of mine.
anal glands of what animal?
A
Number
cat.
2,
Wait, no, let's do the answers.
Number 2, what animal has the longest gestation? And number 3, what is the only state in the continental U.S. that doesn't have a square flag? Okay. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, artificial raspberry and vanilla come from the anal glands of what animal?
Cat.
Pig.
I'm going to go with pig.
It is a beaver.
Oh, man.
Are there enough beavers to keep that going, though?
They probably
Bless
they
you.
probably have like a whole anal gland beaver factory.
Yeah.
Vanilla
Yeah.
factory.
Raspberry
Like you're like,
vanilla.
oh, this is where they make raspberry and vanilla flavoring, and little do they know
So-
there's a ton of just
I randomly heard
beavers
this
in there just
earlier
getting
from one of our
freaking
childhood
abused.
friends, Leslie
Lawsuit.
Costello.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, she
beaver.
randomly breaks that out. And I said, how do you randomly know that? And she blames it on her husband, Ben. But I'm like, that's just a... I looked it up. It's a true thing.
Yep.
So they use cat guts for strings for instruments, right?
Yep. Yep.
And for sewing things together.
So I was just kind of trying to.
Okay, what's the
Maybe
next
the
one?
cats have flavor
Wow.
Next one.
All right, number 2. What animal has the longest gestation period?
Humans. At least it feels like it.
The Galapagos Island marmoset.
too. dogs.
Is it like a hippo?
Are these real guesses, guys?
No, that wasn't. It was. I thought the turtle, the big old turtle, maybe. The Galapagos Island turtle. The Galapagos Islands.
You
Hippo.
literally, what's funny,
elephant.
Thaddeus,
Yeah,
is you said it and you're joking around for the previous question.
it's a whale.
It is the blue whale.
There
Had
you go.
2 years.
Oh, that poor thing.
I was joking. Actually, it's not the blue whale. It is the elephant with a
okay.
gestation period of 22 months.
Wow. Jeez.
But you mean a whale's a good guess though. So number 3.
This last
So you guys are
question.
0 for 2. Is that what you're telling me?
Dude, we're
man.
not trivia. We're not a trivia podcast.
This isn't the best time to be asking us trivia questions, to be honest. We've been hanging
Hilarious.
out with each other for way too long before you got here.
Number 3.
That's all I'm saying.
You gotta guess at the beginning.
This is
Not
one,
after our break.
This is one you guys can get this.
Okay.
What is the only state in the continental U.S. that doesn't have a square flag?
Rhode Island,
New Mexico.
Starts with an O.
Yes, sir. It does start with an O.
Oregon.
Oklahoma.
It does start with an O.
Oh.
Is it Ohio?
It is Ohio. They have a triangle flag.
They're a little weird up there.
We can't. I'm not allowed to talk about Ohio in my house. I got a
Okay,
Michigan
so
house.
for real, you guys
Dang.
missed all 3 of those?
All 3 of us missed
Okay.
all 3 of them.
We
Question
need
4.
another
Where's the
one.
tiebreaker?
Question
Where's the
4.
zeros?
We might need to have more tiebreaker questions.
Question 4. All right.
We might need another episode.
How many species of alligator are there in the world? How many
17.
species of alligator are there?
Oh.
Write it down. Write it down.
17.
Write it down. Write it down.
1, 7.
How many species of alligator are there in the world?
All right, can we guess?
Colleen, go ahead.
I'm gonna say 6.
Scott?
7.
Thaddeus?
24.
18.
Okay, so an alligator is a species of crocodilian, but I said specifically alligator.
Oh.
There are 2 species of alligator in the world. There's the American alligator and the Chinese alligator.
Colleen, you win.
Colleen won.
Oh wow,
That's
nice.
the first time you've ever won trivia ever
It is.
in your whole life.
I forgot it was. I was even thinking. I was like, man, this seems like. I was almost thinking it was gonna be
Those are
like
actually
1.
some really good questions, though.
I thought you would enjoy them. They were a
Thanks,
little
Frank.
bit
That was
off.
fun.
They
Thank
were
you.
very good. Next time I
the-
need to get my chat GPT up.
Oh, yeah. Just have it going.
You did cheat on it?
Are we done?
And apologize to the Titusville High football coach for me calling him a porn
John
star.
Holmes is a great guy.
He's not a porn
God.
star.
He's a very large, awesome, serious man.
Not porn star.
Oh, I can't wait to come up there and hang out.
I know, right? That's gonna be fun. I can't
You're
wait
gonna
for
go.
football.
That Sky guy can't sit up here.
he might run you off. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, no, not that guy.
He's going to flex on you.
Yeah.
I would be afraid if that guy flexed on you. You should be worried, Scott.
Especially if we're on the set of anywhere. That'd be
Yeah.
real scary.
Scott's going to introduce me as Scott. You know?
Exactly.
Oh Lord. Honestly, though, he has
Thank you
changed
for
the
that.
entire dynamic of that football team
That's awesome.
in a great way. I mean, you don't see any kids messing around or doing silly stuff like high step into the end zone. Like he'll
Yeah.
set them down, man.
I'll tell you
He'll
what.
put them in their place, set them down,
I'll
and
tell
it's
you
great.
what. In my high school days, I think astronaut was 94 to 97. Titusville did not beat us in football, but they get us in basketball and a lot of other sports, track and cross country. We were dominant over Titusville, the War Eagles.
Well, speaking of football,
Oh
But
my
nowadays, Titusville's whooping astronaut.
yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of it's the coach and the different dynamic he's brought.
But is it also the way, like astronaut used to be? It was so full of students that people were parking down War Eagle. Like students that went there. I could go there in the middle of the day on a full school day, and half of that parking lot is empty. Like nobody goes. It's like It used to be like a 4 or 5A school when I went there. It's like a 1A school now. Like based on how many students.
I do not know.
I don't know what Titusville is. I don't think they have as many students as they used to either.
No, as soon as Port
Because
St. John split off, it
Space
changed
Coast.
it.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Split that.
Yeah,
and then I
we took
think
that. We
So
took
then what
more
happened
than
with
half.
astronaut? What split
Well, I
astronaut?
think some of that went to Titusville even, and it kind of
Maybe.
everything got like
It probably did
lowered.
get shifted out
There's
now
a
you think
little
about it.
shift. But
like where do the school lines start now? Like to separate the
I always
town.
thought it was Garden Street.
I did too. Is that still?
But I don't know. I really don't. I would think so. Now, but here's the thing that's going to change is with all of these new subdivisions being built and all these new apartment complexes, And like on Titusville Talk the other day, I was on Facebook and I clicked on one of their little videos, and they had like a 15-minute long video clip of all of the new developments in Titusville. I mean, it was just one after another one. And driving through Titusville, you're like, oh, I see that.
Talking Points has all that stuff, and I cannot stand it.
It is so
Discouraging.
Maybe that's what it was.
It's discouraging.
There were so many developments, and a lot of them you're like, man, that's cool that we need that, but then you're just like, man, that's probably not needed. That's just another neighborhood. It's just, but what's happening is there's so many people coming here. It's just nature of the type of
Let's
society
just hope
we live
that
in,
people actually stay here then.
But
like
the good part is there's a lot of higher paying jobs now. If there was anything really bad to the space setup where they decided it's better to launch here and everybody left here, that's what would crash property values and everything and all that. But I mean, right now, I think for the foreseeable future, I mean, people are just coming to Florida.
Well, that's one reason why EARSS mission is so important, gathering the data. So, 10 years later, we can have a reference point on many, many, many fronts. Frank's got a extensive program there.
Frank?
Yeah.
Yep,
He just took our rabbit hole and wrapped it right up into something like that.
That's how we do it.
Yeah. Well played there, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Speaking on your football thing, I'm going to be coaching JV tackle.
Ooh.
For a school that I can't quite talk about yet, but that's gonna start in August as
you
well.
coached last year a little bit too, didn't you?
I've coached flag for the past couple.
That's awesome.
I'll be coaching. I coached Tiny Mites way back in the day, but I'll be coaching. JV. Be head coach for JV. I don't know where I'm gonna find the time, but I'm gonna find the time for the kids' sake. I'm gonna find the time.
We need to get you a clone for the kids.
I feel bad for the clone. Poor guy.
Has
to be a tall, lanky, bearded fella. The clone will have no.
Bite you?
The clone will have no facial hair.
I forgot it was going on.
The clone will be clean cut, and he'll probably get dates on Bumble.
So the many Franks that we've seen, we've had Frank's always had a beard.
Not always.
And then there was a time when he went full clean shaven. Remember that?
We had to.
So when he came in this time,
yeah, I saw you guys right before I had surgery, and I was very clean shaven. Yeah.
But now he's got he's beard, he's long. He's got his long beard, but then there's nothing under his nose.
He's long. Copy that.
I'll cut that out for sure. But his mustache is gone. His mustache's gone.
For real?
It's coming back. I'm only a couple days into it.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
I always do that. You do that to you? Sometimes you just take one part of it off.
No, I went.
One time I shaved the whole bottom half and left the mustache for 2 hours, and I went, nah.
I went a day with only half a mustache, and nobody even noticed.
No?
Yeah. I just wanted to see what would happen.
My dad is always.
They
just had a
noticed,
mustache.
Frank. They just talked about it behind your back.
I respect that.
No, yeah,
I respect that.
My dad's
Like,
always had a
have
mustache.
a mustache.
My Uncle Gary's always had a mustache, and I was like, man,
You might rock a
I
mustache.
have a mustache, and I tried to do the mustache. I'm like, this is not cool.
Yeah, you look like a cop.
It looks stupid.
I know. Most people do look dumb with just a mustache. For
no,
real.
you would look pretty kick butt with a mustache.
I tried to cut, trim just the
I do like the whole beard thing going on,
just
though.
the chin part, but keep it.
Oh, the handlebars?
It's
all the way down.
You have the baby beard going on, but you're working on it.
Well, I had it chunky for a while.
Was it?
So what I've been doing is I'm taking a 4 right now, and I'm just shaving all this with a 4 once a week.
Let it go, Scott. Just forget about it.
Well, I do, and it gets, I don't know.
Do it, dude. Just let it go crazy.
And then we'll take you when me and Frank hit up Tyler Bray at his place.
Okay.
On
I will
US
start
1.
over and have a beard growing contest with you if you want to. I'm not even joking. I will.
You can grow. Yours grows longer, faster, right? Mine will grow, but
mine
it's
grows
not.
so fast it's ridiculous.
But he's sponsored. He's got all kinds of products and stuff he rubs in and
got
stuff.
Sponsored products for you.
Yeah.
Cheating.
Beard care.
I could get where you're at with the longest part of your beard in probably 2 weeks max.
I shaved
week and a half.
a week ago.
Yeah. I could be there. I could be there or past that.
He's a hair farmer.
I am a hair farmer. That's what Ernie calls me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is he
Butter's
barking at? He's barking at the
pissed off.
TV.
He is pissed.
Sugar's barking at the TV.
He's pissed. It's time to go. He said.
Yes.
He said we're done.
Oh, hey, look, dog.
You know where he's going?
Look what I got.
Oh my lord.
He likes the ball on the foot thing.
Yeah, you got prehensile feet there.
Well, dude, you got to hold on to ropes and stuff sometimes.
I do, or you do?
Oh, I
I
do.
can't do
I hold
that.
on to ropes.
You're like a Mick Dodge-ish. Yeah, Mick Dodge in you. You like no shoes. You don't you just catch
Yeah.
gators without shoes on, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to have the extra grip, be able to dig your toes in the ground.
Yeah, otherwise, like your shoe would get stuck or something. Right? In all the mud.
Can you bowl with those, with like that, with your feet?
I've never tried to put my toes in a bowling ball, but maybe.
All right.
Oh my
I
that for
love
$1.
not wearing socks and shoes, like
It's a blast.
especially in the house. Like I just feel like
Until you come across sand spurs, and that ruins your everything.
it. I just
Sand spurs are evil.
I have feet problems.
Do you?
Yeah, I got to wear like arches and stuff. I'll get all flat-footed. Are we done? Yeah, we're done.
I appreciate you
She's
guys
all
having me
whisper.
on here. If I didn't say,
I'm about to fall asleep.
hey, if
I'm
I
so
didn't say
tired.
thank you a bunch,
Are you
honestly,
guys, like, really talking about like shoe things? Like,
Bowling with our toes. This is such a respectable podcast until then.
no, if I didn't say thank you to you all for having me on here, I really appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
Thank you guys. Thank you for all you do for ears and for me. And yeah, you guys are a huge
Thank you,
blessing. So
dude.
thank
You're
you.
Frank, we
so
love you,
awesome.
man.
Thanks for
brother.
doing the work that you're doing because not a lot of
Yes.
people have the guts to do it.
There you go.
and Frank,
And it's important.
Frank,
so.
your sponsor wanted to say something.
No, you already said it, bro. No, we're good.
We're good. Just super thankful.
It was Frank's beard care, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Frank's Beard Care. No, I already forgot the name of the deal.
Non-profit.
He's shiny, though. He's got a luxurious beard. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
On a count of
Bye.
3,
Bye.
Frank, thank you.
Burdines.
Burdines. Burdines.
I think we should get alligators to come up here. Okay, bye.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.